Porsche is pretty cool, and thanks to depreciation, some of their older models are surprisingly cheap these days. Just take my first car as an example. I got a running and sort of driving 944 for just $3,000. But what these old German coupes have in performance, well, they lack in pizzazz. I mean, come on, slander me in the comments, but the 986 Boxster might just be the ugliest P car, besides the Trans-Siberian Cayenne, of course. So if you want to experience that perfectly balanced chassis, that humming flat six, and that low price tag, but you don't want to be mistaken for a Miata owner, well, I wouldn't blame you. Vale Automotive thinks they have the perfect solution. They sell a DIY cheap supercar kit, designed to be built on the 986 generation Boxster. A car which is currently selling for under 10 grand. They're calling it a total rebody, a replacement of all the major body panels to transform the look of the car without altering its underlying structural integrity or safety. It's a bit like dress up. Yeah, there's still a cheap Boxster underneath the new clothes, but now with the dashing curves and stunning red accents, it's attractive enough to hit the runway alongside million-dollar show cars. You know what else is red? The subscribe button. Click on it. Vale designed and dubbed their Boxster Re-Body after the Porsche 911 GT1. Now, the GT1 may have had 911 in its name, but it was really nothing like the iconic sports car if we're being honest. It was mid-engine for starters and also water-cooled, which are like the two main things that early 911s are known for not being. Porsche designed this car to beat McLaren's iconic F1 GTR in the BRP Global GT Racing Series and the 24 Hours of Le Mans, after being thoroughly embarrassed by the New Zealand Beast in both during 1995. If you've ever heard of the McLaren F1 before, you'll know what Porsche was going up against. An engineer named Norbert Singer oversaw the design of the GT1, and he attacked the project from a rather unique angle. See, GT races like Le Mans have a rule that states only production cars can participate in this specific class. In McLaren's case, that meant creating an F1 road car and then modifying it to compete on the track. But Singer took the opposite approach with his 911 GT1. He designed it first and foremost as a race car, and then worried about homologation and the production cars afterwards. This gave the GT1 a massive edge, and a pair of them ended up finishing their debut Le Mans in second and third place overall. Ironically, the first place car was just a different Porsche, meaning the F1 got knocked all the way down to fourth, which I imagine must have been quite satisfying for the German racing team, who had been sent to Gapplebees by McLaren just a year ago. In fact, Porsche was so pleased with the GT1's success, they even gave it a redesign for the FIA World GT Championship in '97, called the GT1 Evo. With its new lighter and stiffer carbon fiber monocoque chassis and a lucky gearbox failure in the competing Toyota car, Porsche finally took home an overall Le Mans victory in 1998. Well, what wins on Sunday sells on Monday, and the few GT1 production cars that were made have since become icons. Nowadays, they sell for an easy 8 figures. That is a lot of dough, and Porsche's current lineup of road cars is out of reach for many fans as well. Which is why Vale's Boxster GT1 Re-Body might be the best way to experience a piece of Porsche history in an elegant and affordable way. Geez, I'm starting to sound like sponsored content here. I swear I didn't get paid off. I'm just a massive pushover for pretty much anything with the Porsche crest slapped on it. Seriously, it is my biggest weakness as an enthusiast. The Vale kit includes all the composite fiberglass panels needed for the transformation, as well as some of the hardware and metal fabrications you'll use to fit it. The headlights and taillight bar are sourced from the latest Macan, keeping it recognizably Porsche, while also doing away with those runny egg headlights that so many seem to hate. The GT1 influence is especially noticeable in the longtail style rear overhang, a design featured on many historic Porsche race cars. This'll definitely give the tiny Boxster more presence out on the road. And it definitely doesn't hurt that the flared out fenders contribute to a rear end over 2 meters wide. Seriously, if this thing was any bigger, I couldn't show it on YouTube.
Hey, yo! Yo, what the f?
The original prototype also featured an aerofin on the rear deck lid, similar to LMP1 cars or the Koenigsegg Jesko. Vale claims this improved the build's aerodynamic efficiency in simulations, but it was ultimately removed due to controversy. Let me know in the comments whether you prefer it with or without the fin. As for performance, the 986 Boxster is actually pretty underrated. Unlike my front-engine 944 with its weak and slow four-banger, the early Boxster models put down some decent power from a mid-engined 2.5-liter flat-six motor. Displacement got bumped up to 2.7 liters in 2000, and an upgraded 3.2S model was also added to the lineup. But all you really need to know is that the peak power for this generation of Boxster was rated at 260 horses. And in a car that weighs less than 3,000 pounds, that's plenty to keep you moving. To be fair, I'm not sure how much weight the Vale kit adds, but at least there's a functional roof scoop integrated to give it a bit more airflow for whatever you want to cook up in the back. Because, of course, there's no way you're going to leave that motor stock. Vale says a lot of GT1 customers have already begun prepping their Boxsters for some serious power, including forced induction, LS swaps, and maybe even an odd EV conversion. The kit is manufactured and sold at a Vale Automotive's headquarters in North Ireland, but they're shipping it to continents all over the globe. The price? Only 10,999 European price units, whatever those are called. Quid or something. According to Google, that converts to around 13,000 USD. Once you add in the cost of a donor Boxster and the finishing paintwork, your project will probably be closer to the 30K mark. And that doesn't even include the performance mods you'll inevitably want to add. So I guess technically you could call the thumbnail clickbait, but the real clickbait is that I tricked you into watching an entire video that's actually a history lesson about the 911 GT1. So get trolled. And also, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey everyone, Editor Quickshift here. I just wanted to pop in at the very end of this video and personally thank everyone who stuck around and watched the entire thing. So it would mean a lot to me if you subscribed and left a thumbs up on this video as well. It really does help the channel out a lot. But that's it from me. I really hope to see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna be really disappointed if you don't show up. Just like your dad didn't show up.